Navlink component in Blazor is used for creating anchor tags for navigation. There is an advantage when you use this component because it has a CSS class which is added to the component. The CSS class value will be active, and so when the value of the href attribute matches the current page's URL, there is an advantage to you when you use this component because it adds a CSS class called active. Note that navlink component is rendered as an HTML anchor tag on the browser. Let us understand this with an example. This is the Razor component that is called by the browser. The Razor component has the navlink component in it, and you can see that the browser is displaying this navlink component as a anchor tag. So this navlink becomes this as when rendered on the browser. So what happens is URL is this one /city, and you also have href given on the navlink as /city. Then they match, and when they match, this anchor tag will be added with a CSS class of active. Now what you can do is you can add a CSS class to the style sheet, and okay, so this is the CSS I am adding. I added CSS of a.active, and inside it color equal to red. So this is the CSS class. So what happens is class is already applied to this anchor tag, and you get the color red here. This way it becomes text and color red. Yes, so by applying this CSS, this 4 color becomes red. So in this way navlink component is very helpful. Navlink match attribute. So the match attribute is of two types: navlink match.all and navlink match.prefix. Prefix one is the default one. The navlink match.all says that the navlink is active when the entire current URL matches to the href of the navlink, and the navlink prefix one says that the navlink is active if the prefix of the current URL is matched with the href of navlink. We will take a look on each of these one by one. Let us understand navlink match.all. So in this case, the active class is applied when the whole link is matched. So you can see this is our Razor component, and it is called in 3 pages. One is this one is this one, and one is this one. These are the 3 pages, and these are the URLs of the 3 pages. One is /city, one is /city.nyc, and other is /Moscow. So we have set match equal to navlink match.all. In this case, the href of the navlink should match with the URL of the page completely. So href of the navlink is /city, and we have to see this href because anchor is what is rendered by navlink. So this is the whole href and we have to match with this URL of the page. Since this is completely same, you can see this is same with this one, so we have class equal to active applied. But in other two cases, this href is not completely same with the URL of the pages. See the second one, here href equal to this /city, but in the page URL it is /city/nyc. So nyc is more here, and so these two does not match completely, and so class equal to active is not applied. Similarly, in case of Moscow, we have /Moscow here, but in href it is /city. So no match and no class equal to active is applied here also. So I hope it is clear. Now let us see how navlink match.prefix work. So this is the Razor component and it contains navlink component, and this Razor component is called in 3 pages, and these are the URLs of the pages. So in the first case, what prefix says is if the URL of the navlink, what the navlink has produced in href, if this href value matches with the prefix of the URL of the page. So if this matches with the prefix of the URL of the page, then navlink gets matched and class equal to active is applied. So you can see this is /city and this is /city, full, they are matching fully, so prefix is automatically matched and class equal to active is applied. Now coming to the second case, here the URL is /city/nyc, and what the href of the navlink has produced is /city only. So if you see this, from this to this and from this to from till city, so this is the prefix match. Here it is prefix match is there, so we have applied class equal to active. Similarly, or I should not say similarly, because here it is /Moscow and here it is /city. So if you see this URL and if you compare with any prefix of the URL, for suppose from here to here, no match, from here to here, no match, and from here to here, Moscow, no match. So there are no prefix match. So class equal to active is not applied in this case also. So I hope it is clear. Now I will show you how to implement navlink on my Blazor app. So this is my Blazor app. I want to create a side menu here, somewhere here, and shift this hello part to besides it. So first there will be this one will be a side menu here, and then the hello part will come right here. So there will be 2 columns down here. The left one will contain a left side menu. So I will implement it with navlink. So this is my project, and I will add 3 Razor components inside the pages folder. So right click on pages folder, add Razor component, and name this component as city.razor, and this is the city.razor. So first provide its root as page /city. So /city will be the root, and on this URL this razor component will be called. And I gave some heading in h1 and bg info and text white. These are bootstrap classes, and I give this Washington DC. So this is my first razor component. Next, add one more razor component and call it continent.razor. Add it, and similarly give its root as continent. h1 class bg info text white, and continent you call it North America. So this is another razor component. And the last one you add and name is country. And similarly give it the root as page country, h1 class bg info text white, and name is as USA. So these are the three razor components, and their links I will be providing in the left navigation menu. Now I will create my side menu or left navigation or left sidebar. So these are three names of the same thing, and I create a new razor component inside the shared folder. So this I add razor component and named this as anything like my nav, and this is the razor component. So I add it first thing as style, and I give it value as a.active and color red. So this A is applied to anchor tags with active CSS, and it makes the color of the font as red. And inside it what I do is add the links to my three components, which are city, continent and country, along with index. Those four links I add through nav link component. So what I do is add a UL and 4li these are 4li, and next I add nav link to them. First is the for the index one, because it will call the index page, this one, and I give it a match as nav link match dot all. So match should be every full match of the URL. And next nav link I add as nav link city. This will create an anchor tag to this city dot razor. So and I provide match of nav link match dot prefix. So the matching of the nav link will be done through prefix mode, and you already know it is the default one, and so we don't need to add this attribute. Okay, and we write as city, and then comes the third one. Similarly, we add nav link href this is the country one, and this last one is the for continent. So 4 links are created with nav link component. It should be not this link should be not country but continent, and this link will go and open this continent.razor component. Now I have to show this nav link this my nav.razor component on the page, and this I have to create this feature from the main navigation, or you can say main layout.razor component. I have to call my nav.razor from main layout.razor component. So what I do is, here besides body I create 2 columns, and the left column will show my nav.razor and right column will show at body. So I create these 2 columns through Bootstrap, and this is the code. Let us build it. So first is we add container.fluid. These are all Bootstrap things, nothing to worry. You will find its code on the link below. And this is the I create a row, and inside it I create 2 columns. First column will be call sm3. So this is the smaller column, the left one, and the other column will be the bigger column, call sm9. 9 plus 3 equal to 12. So these are the concepts of Bootstrap, and I put here. Second column for at body, and for the left column I call my nav component. So these left one will be called here. My nav will show on the left column, and right column will be shown by the at body. So let us run and see how it looks. And browser has opened, and shortly you will see this new design with left navigation or side menu. Look, this has come here and this has come here, and we are the index page, and it has successfully matched, and it has shown index on red color. Click the city. Yes, city has changed the URL to @city. It has found that it is active, and it has added CSS of active to this city. You can check with the inspect of Chrome, and this is the class active already added for this city, and you have seen this city dot razor component is getting called. Click the third. Now it's USA, it's the country dot razor is getting called, and it has colored it red, and continent North America, and so it's working very good. So let us make the left navigation or side menu better design through Bootstrap. So open my nav.razor and we put it inside a div, give it some Bootstrap class p3 and mb2 bg warning and text dark. So these are Bootstrap classes. It will provide them good design, and we put this inside it here and give it h3 class as nav and flex column, right? So these are all Bootstrap classes, and I give li class as nav item and px3 and copy and paste it to all li so that every li get these class. Okay, and now we run and now see the new design which the Bootstrap will make. So kindly wait for it until it is completed and browser is opened with the new design, and browser has opened indeed, and shortly we will see a better design which will be pleasing to our eyes. So this is the new design. It looks very good than what it was previous and working fantastic. So I hope you learned how to make this navlink and anchor tags through navlink. When you want to navigate a user programmatically, then you use navigation manager class. Examples are, for the example, suppose there's a button and you want to navigate user to some URL on its click event, then you use navigation manager class. Similarly, in some Blazor event also you can navigate user programmatically, so it is very helpful. And now we will see how to use it in our Blazor application. So you can see this is my nav.razor, and on this component I will add a button. Okay, so let's add a button and class ptn. These are Bootstrap classes, so no need to worry about them if you don't know. And I named, or I should say the text of the button is country, and I create an on click event in Blazor, and I call a C# and C# function here, and this is the navigate user C# function. And so now I add this function on my code, on my C# code, navigate user, and this is the functions. And so on its click we want to navigate the user to country, this country.razor component. Okay, so how to do this? You can do this by navigation manager class, and how to get it? You just inject it through this inject keyword, and dependency injection will provide you with this class and you can use it. So you navigation manager, navigation manager, this is this, and you name it nm or anything, get set accessors. Okay, so now you can use it, nm dot navigate to, and you write country. So this is very simple. This has, you just injected it and you navigate it to country razor component on the click of the button. So now run it and see how it works. Have patience for a few more seconds, and it is coming up, and it has come. Okay, so just wait, and there it is, this country button. So if you click it, you see you go to country, click and you got to country. Once again, from city, click country, USA. So it is very helpful in such situations. So let us now see the navigation manager class members. Number one is the URI property, and it returns the current URL of the component. And this is the second one, which is an event, location changed. It is fired when the location changes, means the URL changes, then this event is fired and you can handle it. Number third is navigate to, which we have just seen that it has it navigates user to a URL, and it can have second parameter also of bool type parameter. When it is true, then browser will be forced to load a new page, so it will remove the caching. Otherwise false is the default one, and navigation in false is the performed without sending a new HTTP request. So third one is, or I should say fourth one is to absolute URL. This method converts the relative URI into an absolute URI. Okay, so it converts the URI to absolute one, and this is the fourth or fifth one, to base relative path. This method returns a relative URL that is passed to it. So I hope you find it very helpful and use it in your programs in your projects, and the link to the source code is given at the description box, so check it, and happy coding. Thank you.